It is now 5:20 on Monday, October 26th. We are now, the Human Rights Commission of New Ulm City is now called to order. We do have a quorum. There are 2 of us present and 4 of us present online. So we are now in session. We'd like to begin tonight by awarding the 2019 Human Rights Award. And just a couple of words. The human rights that New Ulm Human Rights Commission considers are the fundamental rights that have the fact of being human, that are neither created nor abrogated by any government. These include cultural, economic, and political rights, such as right to life, liberty, education, equality before law, right of association, belief, free speech, religion, movement, and nationality. This year's recipient of the New Ulm Human Rights Commission Annual Human Rights Award has worked towards social justice and the betterment of life for a protected class and continues to make significant contributions for the preservation and advancement of the human rights in New Ulm. The Human Rights Commission applauds and supports the efforts of New Ulm Forward for their tireless efforts of advancing quality and togetherness in the community. Accepting the award for New Ulm Forward, Sue Kimmel. Congratulations, Sue.
Thank you.
Hold it for a second.
Yeah. Do you want to open it?
Sure.
Is it? Looks more impressive that way.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Take a couple here.
Are you guys smiling?
Yes, I
am.
We are. Get close to that 15 minutes there, Fritz.
Did you get all 3 of us?
Speaking on behalf of the New Ulm Forward,
Who's on the right?
first will be New Ulm Forward members Kate Sloot. Kate, the microphone is yours.
Thank you. On behalf of New Ulm Forward, which includes members like my transracial family who moved here 14 years ago, citizens who have been born and raised here, and also African immigrant friends, I would like to thank the Human Rights Commission for giving us this reward. Thank you also for the work that you do to protect the rights of all citizens in New Ulm. New Ulm Forward is striving to make our great town more welcoming to people of color and to celebrate diversity. The efforts of New Ulm Forward are making a difference in the lives of families. One pre-pandemic event that brought us together as a group was a shared meal called Family Table. Today, as I visited my Ghanaian friends, I asked if family table events had made a difference. Cynthia was quick to answer that they had made her feel welcomed and cared for, that it was great to get to know more people in the community. She mentioned how much it meant to have the chief of police attend regularly, and she was impressed at how friendly he was. Another Cameroonian young adult that attended our gatherings also mentioned how meeting everyone and becoming aware of his rights has made a difference in him feeling a part of the community. He plans to bring his wife to America and hopes to raise a family here. There is a great need for work to be done, and we want to invite others to join us in this valuable work. My family is especially thankful for New Ulm Forward, as we were carrying out a similar mission in our own little ways for many years as a family. It is so much better for our community, and the impact has been so much greater now that we have joined forces with the New Ulm Forward group. I want to especially thank our next presenter for all the endless hours of work she has put in as one of the founding members, and for the leadership that she has given the group in the past 3 years. Please join me in thanking Sue Kimmel, our lead for New Ulm Forward.
Thank you, Kate. New Ulm Forward will begin its third year in January. Our social contact list is about 40 people, and we have 20 people that are helping us to assist with projects and social activities. New Ulm Forward promotes acceptance of diversity. We recognize and celebrate the unique differences of all people, and we strive for a healthy community by making sure that everyone has equal opportunities for success. When barriers exist, we want to interrupt or examine those barriers and biases, making sure that New Ulm is a just and caring community. We want all people to count, and we want all people to feel welcome. On behalf of New Ulm Forward, I want to thank the New Ulm Human Rights Commission for this award. May both of our organizations continue working together and separately to imagine boldly and to work passionately for justice for all. Thank you again for this award.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Kate. Just a note that we will have a plaque which you will be able to display on your own, as well as there'll be a notation on the plaque in the City Hall with your name, the group's name on there for 2019. Normally, for the rest of everybody else, we do normally have a reception with a guest speaker, with a number of people with gifts and goodies and food, but with COVID, we were unable to do that this year, so we hope that you participate with us next year. Hopefully next year we'll be able to have another event like this. Thanks again for all that you do for New Ulm.
Thank you.
Sue, do you want to just stick around for the report on the other business on the peace rally? We just said we'll go right to that. With that, we'll go to other business, which is the report on Welcoming Communities Peace Rally and the update on the Welcoming Communities project planning. Sue, if you want to do that, then you can feel free to leave.
I want to talk first of all about the Peace Rally. And we did have a rally on October 15th. This was in commemoration of a rally that took place. It was a rally.
Hold on a second.
Is the microphone on because the people we have online can't hear?
Okay, sure, go ahead. We're working on it, Diane.
Sorry to
Okay,
interrupt.
thanks.
Ready? We did have a peace rally on October 15th, and it involved all three of our organizations, the New Ulm Human Rights Commission, New Ulm Forward, and Equity New Ulm. And during this peace rally, we had between 20 and 25 people holding candles. It was dark. And we just wanted to make a statement that in New Ulm we care about peace, even though this political climate is currently, two separate parties battling it out. We feel in New Ulm that we are a community of respect, and so we felt that the peace rally at this time was necessary, and it was nice for all three of our organizations to work together. Just an update on Welcoming Communities. Right now, we're all the communities, both Springfield and Sleepy Eye and New Ulm, are getting together as separate communities to come up with projects that we want to do. And again, the projects will involve thinking about diversity and what do our communities need so that we are more welcoming to all. And in New Ulm, we're thinking about things like videoing people to tell their stories. We'd like to maybe have some information at a kiosk in the library so that we can maybe come up with some cards that state information on which organizations you can contact in case there's a concern or a feeling of an organization not being just in New Ulm. We also feel that there are certain people in New Ulm that could really benefit from English speaking classes, and we want to continue social gatherings and social get-togethers as soon as we are finished with all this COVID stuff. So right now, we're in the planning stages of designing projects.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any questions for Sue? Thank you, Sue, for your hard work. Moving ahead on the agenda, the approval of our minutes from our previous meeting of September 28th, 2020. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll move.
I move we approve.
Is there a second?
You have to say names, though. I don't know who's
That
who.
was Diane.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Diane, sorry.
Dan Kalk, second.
Those in favor say aye. Dan?
Aye.
Diane?
Aye.
Tim?
Aye.
Deanna?
Aye.
Wendy?
Aye.
Motion passes. We accept the minutes from September 28th. Thank you. Moving on to the budget report. To review the monthly budget report. If we take a look at it, I don't believe we've had many expenditures since last time. We're still at 66% of the budget from last time. And I think that's no change from last month. Any questions on the budget report? Okay, moving on. The events committee report. I think the events committee has now completed its task with the award ceremony to the Human Rights Award. So I don't believe there is a report from the events committee. Education committee report. Wendy, you have an update for us?
Yeah, I've been speaking with the Mankato Area Diversity Council, Bukata Hayes, and we're just trying to plan how to go forward because of COVID, because everything that program centers around is with meeting with people and getting people together and talking. So we have decided that the next step is going to be just meeting or contacting the 3 groups that we had planned on. So that would be like civic leaders, religious leaders, and the New Ulm Police Department, and getting them on board and letting them know what we plan to do, and just getting the ball rolling with getting their acceptance of would they be open to this type of program, and just getting them more information about what that might involve. So that's what Bukata had suggested our next step would be.
Okay.
And then we're just going to have to play it by ear because until COVID is over, we had discussed doing virtual meetings like this, but the consensus is that they just aren't as worthwhile. I don't want to say as worthwhile, but just it's hard to get the conversations going, and they just don't work as well
Okay.
with this type of meeting.
Did you guys all hear that okay? Any questions? Okay. Perhaps we can put that on our agenda to plan in our November meeting to identify the 3 groups and
Well, yeah, I think we have them identified, and maybe what we can do before that is maybe draft a letter or at least identify contact people within the
Right.
groups and maybe get a
Okay.
letter drafted.
Tim, have you been trying to talk? Because we're getting a little feedback on one of those. Can you do a?
No, it's not me.
Okay, Dan, how about you?
No.
You're good? Diane, you're okay?
Yep.
Deanna, how about you? Deanna, you want to talk?
Her screen is frozen.
Uh-oh.
He's frozen.
Okay.
It might be her.
D, move. Can you move?
Okay. We'll keep moving then. If you have a question, please wave, so I should be able to see you. In case that we don't want to, we're doing this as well as we can, and we're not hooked up. We're not hooked up via the city. We are only hooked up via my phone. So it's a little technical glitch. So we're making it work. If that's okay with you guys. The public relations. Yeah. Okay. Public Relations Committee report. Dan, do you have anything to report on the city vetting process?
No. And yes, I did get started on a letter, and then the last few days kind of got away from me. So I'm almost done. I didn't have it before the cutoff anyway, and so my plan was to finish it today and just kind of read it out, but I did not get that. But it's almost done, and so I'll circulate it as soon as it's done.
Okay. Social media policy, Chad is excused today. He injured his back and his torn hamstring, so he's kind of laid up for a while. So we have no report yet on that issue of the social media policy. Any current human rights issues that anyone is aware of? Legislative update, anyone is aware of?
No.
Nope, okay. Any report from our city council liaison?
I believe that's me. I have nothing to report.
Okay. Then our other business, we go ahead to the updating of our bylaws. Just to review for everybody, if you go to your packet, the bylaws are to be reviewed annually. And this time we had the executive committee reviewed them, as is our bylaws say that the executive committee should review them each year and amend them as necessary. If you'll notice, we did provide you with 10 days notice of the change in the agenda, change in the bylaws, so that you should have had that a chance to review it. The bylaws were also reviewed by our city attorney, Roger Hippert, who made some minor changes, but he says he has no problem with what we're proposing as far as the changes are concerned. I'll just go item by item. Under item 1 is the name, which nothing will change, but just to note, this group was formed by the city council in 1970, so that makes we're celebrating our 50th anniversary this year in New Ulm.
Yay.
We should do something like that. Now, item number 2 is meetings. Previous on 2A said that we were meeting in the second Tuesday. We currently meet the fourth Monday, so we made that change. Any questions on that? Dan, should we take these? Do you think we should take these one item by one item, or the document as a whole?
I think, well, perhaps the document as a whole. I mean, we sent it out, 10 days ago with the expectation that, it'd be reviewed, and if there were questions, comments to any particular change, I think that, those questions should be fielded. And then if not, I think, do we need a resolution or even a motion to adopt them, or are they just done?
No, we have to pass them, the bylaws as a group in a quorum.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I think it's more efficient. Again, presuming that everyone looked at them and received them and doesn't have. But yeah, just see if there's any questions as a whole, I think.
All right. Then item 2B, we changed the 24-hour notice to the 3 days notice, which is more compliant with the law, the open meeting law. So that change was made as well. Moving ahead to officers. At one point, there was a legislative chairperson, which we no longer have really worked with as far as Wendy and I could remember. I think we're the longest, and Tim are the longest standing members on the committee, and we don't recall any of that really taking place. There was a legislative liaison, but not an office person necessarily. But we decided to replace that with the social media director. And then we reviewed, so we eliminated the legislative chairperson and added the social media director. Item 3C, we eliminated because then there's no such description for the legislative chairperson. Item D, we just made the changes of capitalizing the word secretary. Item E is we created a job description for the social media director. Oversees the publishing Human Rights Commission information on the various social media outlets which the commission maintains. The director must adhere to the city's social media policy. Any questions on item 3? Item 4, the committees, the executive committee, there was an editorial change in A. And then B, C, and D are all additions, which describe what our committees do. We describe the events committee. We described the Education Committee, what they do, and the Public Relations Committee. If you'll notice to item A, the Permanent Executive Committee shall exist to undertake routine decisions necessary to carry out day-to-day activities. In addition, the chairperson shall have authority to form staff committees as needed. So technically, our creation of the Public Relations Committee was within our guidelines and our bylaws. Are there any questions on the committees or their descriptions? Then the next change is in item 5 is an editorial change for commission. Item 7 is the next significant change. At one point, the commission consisted of 15 members. So we corrected that to the current state of 9 members with rotating 3-year terms. We added the phrase, student members from our local high schools may be appointed by the chairperson. We haven't yet done that. We haven't had that. And just a note for anybody, any interested person may attend meetings, serve on committees, and participate in commission activities. They shall be called associate members. And that is the extent of updating our bylaws. Are there any questions to the updating of the bylaws?
No questions.
Then do we have a motion?
This is Dan. I move to accept and ratify the bylaws as amended by the executive committee.
Is there a second?
This is Diane. I second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the bylaws as revised. All those in favor, Dan?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Deanna?
Yeah.
Wendy?
Yes.
Motion carries. It is unanimous. The bylaws are now revised. We'll get that to make sure Lisa gets that. Our next regularly scheduled meeting is November 23rd, which is the Monday before Thanksgiving. Please notify Lisa with anything that we want to be included. We already put on the agenda planning the next project with the Greater Mankato Diversity Council, as well as our other normal business. We should probably talk about the agenda for 2021 as far as what we want to try to accomplish. Maybe we should think about appointing a date or a month in which we select 2020's Human Rights Award. This was the one we gave out tonight was the 2019 Human Rights Award. It took us that long to get it out. So this year's Human Rights Award is 2020's. We should maybe decide, do we do it in January or do we do it in February of the following year, where we might want to make some kind of a get consistent with that. Is there any other business?
Just one thing, Larry, and then I apologize if you mentioned this already, but we talked about asking Lisa just to make sure that month of February that review of the bylaws automatically gets added to the agenda, so that I think part of it is that just everybody forgets.
I did take care of that with Lisa. I think she's aware of that. Lisa and I have talked extensively in the last month, so
Okay.
I think she's aware of that.
Okay.
And I think, she was more than willing to do that.
All right. Great.
Any other business? I would entertain a motion then to adjourn.
This is Dan. I move to adjourn.
Is there a second? Tim seconds?
Yeah,
All those in favor say aye.
Hi. Yeah.
Di-
Hi, Diane. Hi.
Tim.
I've been watching a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean, so I say aye.
Aye. Or
Aye.
Wendy?
Aye.
Motion is now adjourned. Thank you, folks, for all your hard work. We'll see you next month. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for being
Thanks, Larry.
patient. Thanks for being patient on the phone thing. So.
No worries.
We couldn't find Nate, so we don't know what happened if there's a.
I'm just sitting here watching my beard grow. I got nothing.